If you're new here, please subscribe if you like the content. If you could, hammer down the like button. It definitely supports the channel. And maybe check out in the descriptions some links to some affiliates that I have. Every little bit of helps. If you want to buy a strap or something off Mytee Products, or who knows, even a toolbox or chains, whatnot, you know, go ahead and use my link down there. It would definitely help me out, and I appreciate it. I got a load. It turned into a two-stop load. I remember I was, in my previous video, I guess I was bitching that, I had to sit and wait a whole day, and then I only had to stop over in Hunts Point. Well, they added another stop on it. Basically, it went to Hanford Foods out off 90, almost up there in Albany. Forget the actual name of it. Something Stanton. I want to say Stanton something. I don't know. Stanton Bay, Stanton something. Shore, Stanton Shore. So I delivered there, came down into, where did I go? Oh, well, Hunts Point. Went to Hunts Point. Got there literally 20 minutes before my appointment. It took me 3.5 hours, almost 4 hours, to go from Albany down to Hunts Point, just because traffic. I don't know what was going on, but the going over the Cuomo Homo Bridge, or whatever the heck it's called, really the Tappan Z's, it was all jammed up. I don't know how. You got like 5 lanes on each side of that bridge, but it was. So I ended up doing my delivery there in Hunts Point, and I pretty much ran out of hours. It was my choice to either keep going down 80 and maybe spend the 10-hour break there at there's a truck rest area there on 80 that has no facilities, or head over to Vince Lombardia Travel Plaza. So that's what I did. I spent I don't know what the heck fell there. Spent my 10-hour break there. Pretty much that ended around 9 o'clock at night. And then I shot the 2.5 hours back to Pottsville to pick up this load, which is, well, right now we're at Cisco in Central Islip. Well, this is usually when this happens. While picking up this trailer, apparently these utility reefers, I don't know what's going on, but the plate that they mount, I guess the leveling valve, I guess that's what that is, the leveling valve or whatnot, or adjustment valve. I have no idea. Maybe, it might be the actual box to the inflate system. That might be what it is, the tire inflation system. But whatever's going on, the mounting brackets, I guess where they bend down, are cracking, and they're just hanging. And none of these drivers, nobody does their pre-trip. Nobody checks them. I don't know how you don't see a big plastic box with a piece of metal bolted to it just hanging off by the airlines, but nobody notices it. Nobody sees it. So of course, I see it. I notice it. And this particular one was kind of hung up. I guess, I don't know. I guess where it was sitting at, it was hung up, I thought, out of the way. So when I went to go move my axles, I guess one of the airlines, since it was wrapped up, must have been stuck on something on the frame. So it pulled the box up into the frame and shattered the plastic box. So now here's me underneath the trailer. I was going to zip tie it up anyway, but now the box is all messed up. I zip tied it up. And sure, I could call for road service. It's what, was 2 o'clock in the morning then, or 1 o'clock in the morning then, and sit around and wait for a couple hours for them to bring out a box. Who knows if they'll bring the right box, or they know what they got, and fix it. And it wasn't happening. Or I could have went and had them transfer the trailer over or whatnot. And you know what? You know who it's going to screw? It's not going to screw the people that didn't do the actual pre-trip or post-trip inspection or anything. It's not going to screw them. It's going to screw me. I'm going to be the one that gets screwed. I'm the one that loses out on a load, still has to deliver this load the next day to somewhere where I don't want to be. I'm so tired of coming over here. At least for the rate that I'm at. If I got paid $1,000 a day to come over to New York City and Long Island, I'd be ecstatic. But by the time I get done paying, well, by the time I get done my dedicated rate, which they do it by mileage. So this is no mile. It's like 140 miles from Pottsville. So I get my 140-mile rate, which is 400, I think 450, something like that. I get my fuel surcharge and everything. It's like $700. I'm getting a $700 rate to go from Pottsville to New York City. That's with the surcharge for the Metro New York area and everything. Now I get miles coming back empty or whatnot, but still, it's just not worth it to me. It's not worth the bullshit. Then on top of that, I'm here early. I'm here about 2 or 3 hours early. Actually, yeah, about 3 hours early. Just because I don't want to deal with the traffic going over to GW Bridge and everything. So I get here out in front of what is this, Lowell Ave in front of Cisco. And they got the, Long Island Railroad picking up passengers, little passenger trains. And I'm sitting over at this light for about 15 minutes with the train arms down and everything like that, the crossing arms. And, people are pulling out, and I'm sitting there thinking it's broken. So I go down to the next one, and I'm sitting there for an additional 15 minutes. Now, mind you, this is only like maybe 2 or 3 lights down. So I don't know how Long Island Railroad has this set up, but I guess as long as there's a train sitting in the station over here, they have the cross arms down on both these roads. So that damn train sat here, or maybe 2 of them, sat here for like a half hour, blocking this and that road. The next one I went down to. So I got screwed either way. Really, all I wanted to do was get a parking spot here at Cisco and really lay down and take a nap. I didn't want to make this video, but I'm kind of like irritated, so I guess I'm just venting my frustration and telling it how it is, I guess. That's just what I'm doing right now. So I get down to the light down there, and I'm heavy. The light turns green, and I get going, and I had a car in front of me or a truck, and I'm shifting gears, and guess what? The light already changes. I'm in the middle intersection. No big whoop, except for it's a red light camera, which is also no big whoop, because, as long as the trailer didn't go over the signals right there at the light, it doesn't affect me. But the guy behind me decides to blow the red light. Now, if this is anything like Philly, I used to be a tow truck operator in Philadelphia for, I don't know, like it had to at least be 13 years, maybe a little bit longer. That red light camera took a picture of his plate, got a picture of my plate, it automatically zooms in, and they're probably going to send me a ticket too, because that's just what they do. Because that's what they used to do in Philly too. We've already tried, well, I don't know if we won, but I remember specifically fighting tickets because the guy behind me would go through the red light and I would still be out in the middle of the intersection, Roosevelt Boulevard, in the tow truck, and they would send us a ticket too. You'd see both cars, and you could get the gist what happened. So I'm probably going to get a red light ticket. Well, it's going to send it to Tyson, I would imagine. They're going to get their trailer number, but I'm sure it'll get back to me either way. But man, I'm just so irritated. That did the icing on the cake right there for me. That I'm probably going to get a red light ticket. Whatever. I'm tired of doing this. My settlement, I would imagine for this week, is going to be $3,500, which ain't bad if you got like $1,000 truck payment and you're paying only like $500 or $600 a month for truck insurance. But I'm going to probably still spend about $800 in fuel, maybe $1,000, and yeah, I'm gonna probably have a net. I'm gonna net maybe $1,000 out of this check, I would imagine. I don't know. I don't know until I see my settlements come in here again. I imagine this following settlement's going to be half decent. I think it's a 7-day week or a 6-day week. But this settlement is probably going to be crap too. So, you know what? No, to be honest, it's not that bad. I know there's guys right here. I gotta stop doing this. Stop venting because I'm just irritated with. There's guys, if they were making the settlement I'm making right now, would be freaking ecstatic because they're probably making like $3,000, maybe $4,000 gross, but they're running like 2,600 miles and they're getting 6 miles a gallon or 5.5. They don't have the fuel discount I get. They don't get toll reimbursements like I get. So I don't know. Maybe I am the asshole in this. Um, I don't know. I'm gonna curse. Whatever. Maybe I am. Maybe I just need to relax, kick it back, and evaluate. Evaluate what I'm doing. Evaluate whether I'm just gonna have to maybe not pay off the debt as soon as I thought. I always thought I was gonna have most of my old debt from when I had my authority pretty much paid off by the end of the year, but I don't think that's gonna happen now. Um, I also did something dumb too. I may have also paid for a cruise for my wife for her birthday in April of next year. They kind of hint that you never really do anything for them, so you decide to do something really nice for them because you think things are going good. But I don't know. That's like how when I preach all the time about buying new pickup trucks and stuff, and here I go pay, I don't know, probably about $3,200 or $3,500 on a cruise. So yeah, so I mean, I have no one to blame but myself. Like I said, I'm gonna be, no matter what, I'm gonna be real with whoever's watching. I'm gonna try to be real with myself. I'm not, I'm not one of those guys that say, "Oh, the woe is me." Did I do anything really to help myself? Because really, to be honest, in this situation, I shouldn't be. I should be going into Popeyes at Vince Lombardi and getting Popeyes. I should be eating canned beans here, rice and noodles and stuff and stuff. And I do have that, but uh, I just I'm so stressed out. My freaking diet. I don't know. I might as well not even worry about my diet anymore. It's just that I can throw that to the wind. It's you get to the point where you don't really care, I guess you could say. And I don't know. Like I said, I shouldn't be just not voicing how I feel, but it's just stress. It's constant stress and trucking. I'm kind of tired about. I'm tired about not being able to rely on anything, whether if I'm employed by somebody or whether I'm in the market, or making connections with brokers or shippers. I'm tired of not being able to. I want not their word by face value, but just at least something staying constant for at least a couple months to a year, where you can rely on that coming in. And I guess that's where it matters when I say, it's about who you know. If you actually have good connections where you know the people almost like a friend, maybe that's probably your best bet for financial. I guess you could say financial freedom, or be relieved from stress, knowing that you always have business. Because when I was going to open my automotive shop, I had small dealerships that I did work for uh, at other shops that I ended up talking to them more than the actual shop owner did, which I don't know how the employee ended up making better connections with his customer than he actually did. But I had small shops that were willing to send me work. I had things lined up. I was going to do inspections. It you know it was about who I knew. It was about who I knew. I could rely on that work. But then again, look here. I'm at Tyson, a multi-billion-dollar meat producer, and they bit off more than they could chew. They whatever they did, they bought. Apparently here they've been buying. During the big bug or it's COVID. During COVID, they didn't have the available meat for their customers, so they were buying meat from their competitor, whether that be meat or chicken or whatnot. and reselling it just to keep their customers happy. So, you know, there's some things that they did in business too that I guess are biting them in the butt now, and nobody saw the economy taking as big turn as it is. And then, you know, interest rates are up, so that's also limiting the flow of, you know, capital flying around in the economy. It's just, I don't know. I'm kind of getting tired of doing these videos. Like, how many times can I talk about how I'm stressed out? How many times can I talk about how the economy is, or how frustrating trucking is right now? And you know, not sound like a broken record. I actually wrote, I got actual, not a script, but something I actually wrote down, trying to explain how, you know, how at least the market within trucking works. And maybe I don't know, maybe I should be making videos about that. Maybe it'll help somebody. Because right now I can't. What am I doing? Am I really helping anybody? Talking about, you know, how I just feel like everything's spiraling down into the toilet or something, or how I'm irritated with the loads I'm getting and stressed. You know, I should be happy I'm even moving, to be honest. I bet you there's guys, because I was there earlier, not earlier, but April of 2022 and stuff, when I had my flatbed, when, I don't know, rates like kind of disappeared there in the middle of summer. I would get to my truck at 7 o'clock in the morning, wait until 8, initially call the brokers I had connections with, or at least I thought I had connections with, come up empty-handed. So now it would be what, like 8:30, 9 o'clock? Well, like 9 o'clock. Start calling, you know, brokers off the AT or whatnot, and I would be there till about what, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Either they wanted me to email them my rate so they could pick out whoever gives them the cheapest rate, they could pick that out, or the shit was just so cheap it wasn't worth me taking it, because I couldn't get it back. I couldn't even where it was going, I couldn't get nothing out of it. You know, by the time you sit there, you get Google out, you look to see where the load's going, you pretty much figure out what company, you know, or companies in the area that you might come out of or with. You start calling brokers out of that area, but by that time it's all gone. Whatever you were trying to do or accomplish is gone, and you just wasted your day and put yourself farther in a hole. See, if I end up going to the spot market, but like an idiot, if I decide to actually get my authority, maybe take the money I got and get my authority, and go into the, you know, spot market. Well, actually, if I got my authority, first of all, I would stay here. I would still be able to do these loads, but at least when I would get the days that they didn't have nothing available, or I guess I either got unloaded or whatnot at a time where they weren't able to secure a load from Tyson, I guess, you know, the schedule or whatnot, I would be able to at least do a power only, or maybe I'll get my own trailer. I don't know. If I end up buying a trailer, I'm kind of leaning towards flatbed because it's dirt cheap. But right now I can find reefers really cheap. The problem is then you have to rely on the reefer unit not breaking down. See, the real plan here was pretty much to do this, get my $68,000 gross settlements like I was getting here for a majority of the year, and you know, probably eventually get my authority. But I was going to buy a nice trailer, probably a reefer. I was really the big thing. I kind of got a connection with somebody at M&K. I guess it's M&K Volvo / Mac. And I was going to maybe purchase a few Mac Anthems, or at least look into it, because I could get a hell of a deal on a few Mac Anthems with under 300,000 miles on them for what, $42,000 to $45,000 with warranty. I don't know. I had all these things in my head. This is me. This is the old me when I had my 3 employees and direct customer and brokers I actually could rely on. This is me. This is the old days where I could try to think out in the future and be like, yeah, next month I'm going to buy 2 more trucks, and then I'm going to offer this service and do that, and get, you know, maybe call up here and get a carry packet in, maybe have lunch with this warehouse manager down the road. Those days are done. Those days are done. I got to quit thinking like that. I got to think, you know, I got to think that everything you do is going to turn into a pile of crap. That's what you need to do in trucking. You need to think that everything you do is going to turn into a pile of shit, and you're going to have plan B, C, D, and E. And you know what? Those plans usually when you switch to the next plan, usually hurt your pocket and hurt your home time. Sometimes you get lucky and you get one or the other, but usually, in most cases in trucking, that's usually what happens. But I don't know how long I've been here. 20 minutes. 20 minutes I've been sitting here bitching to you guys. So I don't know. I'm gonna go to sleep here for 2 or 3 hours, deliver this, and depending on how I feel, like I said, I'm in that crappy time where I'm basically in between days. I'm working in between days, which I hate because you see the sun, it goes to dark, or vice versa, and my sleep schedule is going to be all screwed up. I'm going to feel like crap. In fact, I feel like I'm getting sick right now. I got like a post-nasal drip. And like I said, I'm always going to try to keep it as real as possible. Just to stress the fact that, hey, you know, all those lies you get people telling you how much money and how easy it is and everything in trucking, it's all lies. That too, I got something to talk. There's some lady that apparently has been hustling tons of freaking people into investing in her company, where she guarantees in 3 months you'll make your $30,000 or $40,000 investment back with investing in her trucking company. You'll basically, your truck will run, and somehow you'll make your $40,000 investment back in 3 months. Which I don't know how there'd be even enough profit for that to even be possible. Was it some? I don't know if they call what her name was. Damn, some trucking guru or something she was claiming herself to be. What a freaking scam that thing was, man. Whatever. Anyway, this is Jackknife TV. If you enjoy the content, like I said before, and you think that I'm trying to be as real as possible with all you out there, please hammer down the like button, smash subscribe, and, you know, check out Mytee Products. I got Mudflap gonna be, you know, helping me out here. I guess technically that's what they're gonna be doing. Mudflap's gonna be helping me out, and hopefully I can help some of you out. Like, I know there's tons of options now, but I guess if you're stuck and you can only get Mudflap, or you're stuck with one of those, I don't know, Chicago carriers where they're going to give you 20 cents off for fuel or whatnot, you know, I hopefully use my Mudflap code. It'll help me out. It'll help you out. And, yeah, so they're going to be a sponsor here very shortly. In fact, she probably emailed me, I think, yesterday. But, yeah, let me get done monologuing off into existence, and I'm going to go hit the sack here. So you all take care. Be safe out there, especially now since winter's coming. Don't want to do what everyone just did in Pennsylvania on 80 there, out near, Mercer County. I think it was 379 and 19, somewhere around there. But like I said, I'm going to keep going here. I'll catch you all later. See ya. These are the, I think the 12-inch edge protectors. Stick it right up there. £1,000 of sheet steel, tarp and everything. It's going up to Elmira Heights, New York.